At the core of the modern economy, we have had this sort of gradual increase.
Global economy,
Yeah,
modern global economy.
Yeah. And it is very, very important to take a global point of view, because if you look at any one country, I mean, let me give you an example. Whenever you talk about debt in Germany and say, we've got a problem of an economy which is too dependent on the creation of private debt, Germans will say, well, not us. I mean, that may be your problem. That's not our problem. You know, we're good people who pay back our debts. But actually, the German economy has been as much driven by debts as everybody else's economy. It's just their debts in other countries.
Right.
Germany runs this huge current account surplus, right? It exports more than it imports to the extent of 9% of GDP.
Yes.
And before the crisis of 2008, that was only possible because of unsustainable debts being piled up in Spain, in Italy, in Ireland, etc.
Greece.
And since the crisis, it's only been kept going by this enormous debt explosion in China.
Right.
So at the core of the global economy, there are some really unresolved issues about our reliance on debt. And bluntly, economics, a lot of mainstream economics has not given us a good set of tools to understand that.
It was a very kind way of putting it.
Most crucially, it tends not to concentrate on where does debt and money come from, and that money is primarily created as a byproduct of debt. Most of the money or money equivalents that we have in a modern economy are because a bank lends you money, and in lending you money, it creates money. And that was well understood by economists before about the 1960s. And then something happens in the 1960s and 70s where we almost write money creation out of the economic textbooks. And modern economic textbooks do not give a really insightful account of where money comes from. It's almost, economics develops what some people call a physics envy. And the physics envy is a desire to write economics in a highly mathematical fashion. Some economists were guilty of taking reality out of their equations in order that they could have equations which elegantly solved something which the peer-reviewed academic journals said was brilliant. I mean, and that may seem a very odd thing to do, but you know, intellectual processes are often driven by their own internal dynamic between what gets you rewarded as an academic, between the desire for elegant solutions per se, and if in the course of that you have to make assumptions up front which are clearly nonsensical, sometimes people do that.